Abiodun and Sakirat met in their village, young and full of dreams. Their love blossomed into new life, a baby girl. But responsibility weighed heavily on Abiodun. When the chance came to leave for Lagos on a football scholarship, he took it without looking back. Lagos changed him. The boy who once loved Sakirat became a man who loved many. He thrived, not just as an athlete, but as a hustler. He built a life of comfort, chasing money, chasing success, and chasing women. He sent for his younger brother, took care of his family, and enjoyed the attention his new status brought. But for all his ambition, he never looked back at the quiet woman who bore his child. Then came Shade. A strong-willed accountant, breathtaking in her confidence, Shade was different. She was not just another woman, she was a challenge. Abiodun pursued her relentlessly, never once revealing the truth about Sakirat or his child. Shade fell in love, believing in his charm, his promise of a future, but when she became pregnant, the illusion shattered. "I love you," he told her, "but I'm not ready for this." Love, as it turned out, had conditions. He convinced her to end the pregnancy, and because she loved him, she did. Their love continued, but now with caution. No more surprises, no more mistakes. Shade met his family, felt warmth from his mother, and believed she was his one and only. But there was always that other woman, the silent, watchful figure who never spoke, never interfered. "Who is she?" Shade had asked once. "She's just family," Abiodun dismissed. Then in 1992, everything changed. Abiodun received an opportunity to travel to England. His parents came to see him off. Shade left work, rushing to say goodbye. But as they approached the car, it was Sakirat, not Shade, who took the seat beside him. Betrayed, humiliated, heartbroken, Shade walked away. She ignored his calls, she cut ties with his family, and when she met Deji, a man who saw her worth, she moved on. Shade's second chance at love. Their first meeting was nothing extraordinary, a chance encounter during one of Shade's professional exams. But something about him, his quiet confidence, his steady presence, stayed with her. She wanted him to notice her. So as she walked past, she let her books slip from her hands, scattering across the floor. He bent down, picked them up, and as their hands touched, their eyes met. For the first time in a long time, Shade felt something stir inside her. Deji was different. He didn't chase her like Abiodun had. He didn't make grand promises or offer empty words. He simply showed up, again and again. He listened, he made her laugh, he saw her, truly saw her, not as a conquest, but as a woman who deserved to be loved the right way. Their love was fierce, a fire that burned away the pain of her past. 6 months later, Abiodun called again. "I'm in love with someone else," Shade said, her voice steady. "Don't call me again." And just like that, she was gone. The woman who stayed. Sakirat never asked questions, she never demanded answers, she simply waited. She raised their daughter alone, took whatever Abiodun gave, and asked for nothing more. And when he finally sent for her, when he married her and brought her to England, she went without complaint. She bore him 2 more children, a girl and a boy. She smiled at his parents, cooked his meals, and kept their home. Abiodun provided. He was a good father, he was generous to his family, he sent his brothers to Europe, made sure his parents lacked nothing. But he never changed. The women, the lies, the double life, it all continued. Only now Sakirat was no longer blind. She saw the women, saw the late nights, the whispers, but she said nothing. Because she had a plan. That. By 2010, things had shifted. Sakirat had gone back to school. She studied while raising 3 children, while playing the devoted wife. Abiodun never stopped her. He thought it was harmless. He thought she would always be there. Until one day she wasn't. She became Dr. Sakirat, independent, accomplished, respected. And then she did what Abiodun never saw coming. She asked for a divorce. "You're joking," he laughed. "Where will you go?" "So I don't need you anymore." For the first time in his life, Abiodun panicked. He had always been the one to leave. He had always been the one in control. "Sakirat, think about the children." "I already have." And just like that, she walked away. Abiodun had spent his life providing for others, but in the end, he lost the one woman who had truly stood by him. Months later, Abiodun called Shade. "You ruined me," he said. "The day you told me you didn't love me anymore, my life changed." Shade listened, but she felt no sadness, no regret. "Sakirat found her voice," she told him. "She did what I should have done years ago." "You were my first love," Abiodun said desperately. "I'll take you back somehow." Shade only smiled. She was sitting at home, curled up beside Deji, his hand resting over hers, their wedding bands glinting in the light. She thought of their home, their children, the life they had built together. A life that had nothing to do with Abiodun. "You don't get to take me back," she said. "I was never yours to keep." But even now, Abiodun didn't hear her. He sighed dramatically. "You were the best thing I ever had," he said. "But women don't understand. You all leave me when I need you most." Shade blinked, surprised. He still didn't get it. Nothing had changed, and nothing ever would. Shade should have been angry. She should have laughed. But all she felt was pity. "Goodbye, Abiodun," she said softly, and for the first time she truly meant it. She hung up. Scorned does not wait. She rises and she chooses herself.